Hey guys, this is Steve Trevathan with Arclight Interactive, bringing you another video talking about all things legal marketing. This one, the topic I really want to focus on today, it's about how to choose the right digital marketing agency. This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, especially since I've spent years working at an agency. I founded Arclight Interactive officially back in 2014, but I also worked at a larger agency before also working as a chief marketing officer in-house for a law firm here in Florida. So I've really run the gamut in terms of not only having to pitch my services to lawyers and law firms, but also being on the other side and evaluating service providers for a law firm. So this is probably going to be a fairly quick video, but if you are seeking a new agency to help your firm grow in 2025 and beyond, this will be a good video for you to watch. All right, so as I was alluding to in the intro to this video, the big driver for me in wanting to create a video and corresponding blog post talking about this really comes from my experiences over the last 5 years. So I was at a bigger agency from 2019 to 2021, and then was in-house as the chief marketing officer for a law firm here in Florida from 2021 through till just a few months ago. And in that time when I was in-house, I got a lot of pitches from digital marketing experts, and they were really, for the majority, they were really bad, right? So it's one of those things, and there's an interesting parallel here, at least for me, when I think about this. And if you're, depending on what practice area you have for your firm, for me, my mind goes to personal injury because there's so much advertising done by firms in that practice area. It's really competitive, and there's a lot of ubiquitous messaging and approaches that can make it kind of tough when it actually comes to, if you're in a situation where well, we'd actually like to find an agency or a consultant to help us with our online marketing, our marketing strategy, our branding. And so that's really kind of where I felt it would be nice to actually shoot this video and just kind of share some of my insights. Also, again, if you would like to book a consultation with us and talk to me, it is free. You can use the form on our website and we can actually have a really nice discussion. Back to this. It's just one of those things where, I felt there was a lot of just bland messaging, and it can be a little overwhelming when it comes to actually trying to figure out what you need when it comes to hiring a digital marketing agency. And by that, I mean, it's 2025 and going into the prospect of trying to find a good digital marketing agency with just having had a maybe even discussion. I mean, again, if you're a solo practitioner, if you just are going into this search thinking, I just want a digital marketing agency to handle or solve all my digital marketing issues. I want to be on page one and I'm going to get all these leads, but I have $2,000 a month and I'm in a competitive environment, or I'm in a city that has a bunch of other law firms that are vying for those coveted positions in the local pack. What I'm asking you in this video as the essential starting point is to take the time before you start reaching out to digital marketing agencies. Take the time to really define some realistic and some quantifiable goals that you would like this agency to help you achieve. If you start and you do that, that's going to make it a lot easier for you to actually find an agency that is capable of handling that can actually get you there. So in the written blog post that is associated with this video topic, you should see a section that says kind of key services that an agency provides. That's something that I wanted to include in there almost as kind of as a baseline. But as I'm recording this video, and especially considering the last point I made, if you take the time and actually go into a meeting, consultation with a potential agency that you might want to hire, right? And you've actually taken the time to think through, okay, if we're hiring a marketing agency, we want them to help us achieve this type of goal. And let's say you actually have a realistic goal and you have a clear understanding of what your budget is, and you're going into this meeting. Hopefully take some time, do a little bit of homework beforehand, check out their website. Again, if they don't have a website, if it is really hard for you to find any information about the services that they do provide on either it's just not on their website or they don't have a website, those are red flags. And again, I'm saying this right now as I am thinking, my website is in its re-infancy, if that makes sense, but I'm relaunching this agency after taking these last 6 years, moving my career in a different direction. So I'm also referencing looking for an agency that has local expertise in the blog post, and that might not always be possible. I think it's kind of more, my recommendation for that is to kind of use as a qualifier, but not as a must-have. You could find, I think about my past experiences. I've done great work for clients where I was not in the same state or even country as them, but where I was able to make a difference was in my approach with those clients to truly take the time to work either with them, go visit the area, whatever it is, just get a sense of what the best players in that area are doing and essentially how we can position their brand, their messaging to really stand out compared to their competitors. So when I say looking for that local expertise, if you're looking for a great agency in St. Pete, right? But really, you are looking for an agency that has an understanding of what that marketplace is like, what's working, and beyond that, just kind of what especially when we're talking about law firms. Again, I'll use personal injury as an example here because if you think about trying to identify or trying to define what the target audience is for personal injury, it's a fairly broad potential target audience, right? So having a better understanding of the local area is pretty important when it comes to what I feel really works in terms of developing a compelling campaign for a personal injury firm in this area. All right, so next you are hopefully only evaluating agencies that have proven results. Granted, if you take the time and establish what your goals are for hiring an expert or some sort of marketer outside of your firm to help, if it's for a fairly simple project, then yeah, you can get away with finding someone that maybe doesn't have proven case studies, and we all have to start somewhere. But I'm gonna assume that if you're watching this video, what we're talking about is you're looking for a provider that can help you with your lead generation issues. Because at the end of the day, that's the end goal here, right? Is you want to generate more leads for the firm so you can sign more clients and make more money. And so the ideal is that you can find an agency that matches those core competency areas that we were talking about before. So based off of the goals that you've established, and that you can find an agency that has real case studies that they can either go over with you in your consultation, or they have them featured on their website, but that are applicable to your firm, your practice area. And if they maybe don't have specific experience with other law firms, then you can still potentially keep in the consideration agencies that are highly experienced with doing lead gen campaigns for other professional services companies. And so I'll say, because I've done work with other professional services companies outside of just law firms. And so that there is carryover there. But I will note that this is just from developing we had 4 practice areas at the firm that I was the CMO. And those strategies were different. It was not, again, I did not have one strategy. I had the overarching strategy for the firm, but we developed, I had specific strategies that I set up for each of the practice areas, because practice areas had different target audiences. So those are things that are important. That's worth considering. So especially when it comes to evaluating what are worthwhile results, that's something to also think about is do you have an idea of who your target audience is for your firm based on your practice areas? And and if you're watching this and you do personal injury, then believe me, I know that's hard to really do, but you can still kind of narrow that down a bit. So the other thing that is worth considering is essentially looking for that agency that is able to match what you're looking for. And you're not really going to be able to determine that if you're going in with just general inquiry about, hey, we need help with our digital marketing. And if it sounds like I'm beating a dead horse with that, that's the goal, because it is the area where I've seen that this is where the problems happen, is when you don't establish this stuff up front. The agency, and because it's not even like I'm trying to put other agencies down. I'm shooting this video just to provide more clarity, and I want to provide more clarity for other agencies too. It's poor expectation management, and it's one of those things that should resonate with any law firm owner that is watching this. Establishing clear expectation, maintaining that consistency and communication through that process is important. If you come into this situation without having a clear understanding of what you're looking for, the odds of you really kind of just ending up looking at an agency that's offering a one-size-fits-all type of solution is much higher. And those are the types of agencies that I recommend avoiding. My recommendation is that you're seeking a partner to help you solve a very specific problem. And that is really kind of the ideal way to work with an agency. It should also go without saying that you are looking for an agency that demonstrates strong communication skills. It's one of those things that it's said all the time, and yet what are we actually looking for, right? Do you have a clear idea? When it comes to the fulfillment of what's going on, agencies often, they benefit from having someone that is that established person inside with their client that is kind of almost their accountability partner in the relationship. We're talking about bringing on an agency to work with your firm, and you want them to be doing helping with your content creation, social media, all this stuff, and you're looking for real results. Having an agency that's able to communicate, that's a strong communicator. If there's just an agency kind of working in a bubble on your marketing and your brand that they're just not going to be able to do and produce the type of work that they could if you were maintaining those clear lines of communication, working with them. They are able to set up that type of system where they can really leverage the key assets that they have, which would be you or your associate attorneys. I say all this a lot because I want to be able to address that problem of looking at this as like, hey, okay, now we have this agency, this person, now we don't have to think about that stuff anymore. That's not the right approach. So those are the key factors that I feel will help any law firm find the best digital marketing agency for them. And if you are seeking a new partner to help achieve those goals, I would be very interested in talking with you. Our agency does check all those boxes, and I would be really just interested in getting to connect over the phone, in person, via Zoom, and just hearing a little bit more about what you're trying to achieve for your firm this year, and get an opportunity to really tell you in more specifics how we can help. I thank you for watching this video. My name is Trevathan with Arclight Interactive. Till next time.